What's good, y'all? We back on Planet Rell, and today I present to you Avengers Episode 7. And everybody involved on this issue, bruh, cooked. So we start here in the past, at the Glass House, the home of Murden in the Twilight Court. And now inside, we see Galahad and Lancelot sparring. And Lancelot tells Galahad that she's strong, but too slow. Now we see Bedivere and Berserlite talking, and Bedivere says that Galahad really isn't slow, but she wouldn't let Lancelot know that. And this for the same reason that Galahad let Lancelot win every time they sparred, and that reason is because Lancelot is the star. And Galahad the god cannot even help it. But now that they done sparring, Galahad wants to go get some of that drink. Then Lancelot sees something, and she tells Galahad, yo, we gonna have to do that another time. And she saw Arthur, and as y'all can see, Berserlite and Bedivere are seeing everything that's going on. And Bedivere tells Berserlite that even the star's heart bows to the king. Now Lancelot sees that Arthur is in a grim mood, and she wants him to take a walk with her to make him feel better. But Arthur is in a really dark mood, and he doesn't want to bring her down while she's trying to uplift him. And as you can see, she looks very concerned for him. And Lancelot's heart may bow to the king, but his aches for another. And we see the icon Parzival. And if y'all watched the video of the origin of the Twilight Court, y'all know that boy Parzival got knocked out. And so of course he in the lab working on his skills. And up top, Bedivere tells Berserlite that Arthur has a hidden heart, and telling Parzival his true feelings is what he fears. And Arthur won't tell his true feelings because he is the king, and also because Parzival is the perfect knight. And Arthur's body is frail, and he is within the armor of Chthon. He was born with the weakest body, but he has the greatest heart, and he is the firstborn of the Twilight Court. And this made me think if Arthur tells Parzival his true feelings, they might fight, or they would just get distant between each other. Now somebody asks Bedivere, are they all just easy to have a read on? But he tells them that he's the engineer, and it's his gift to see how things fit together. Just like how this person has a gift to see things come apart, and he was talking to Mordred the witch. And Bedivere apologizes for making her seem like she's a very sinister witch, but that's her classification, and she has a word from Murden. It's time for war. Now we jump to the present. At the home of the Avengers, the Impossible City in the Twilight Court is here. And this girl Lancelot wants to fight, like she wanna throw hands, but Arthur like, nah, chill out. And he tells Wanda and Vision to hand over Kang. Then Wanda starts to get her powers ready to fight, but then they just dissipate. And that's because Mordred unraveled her powers. She says where Wanda has raw power, she has finesse. And Mordred can unravel anything she wants because she was created for that. I know when Wanda saw her powers go away, she was like, now my boy Vision come through and tells her that she requires removal. But Berserlite blocks the attack for her. And I ain't gonna cap, she was finna be removed from this plane of existence if that hit her. Now Arthur is like, Mordred, does everything have to be a game? But she enjoys doing that. Then Arthur says, this is a game the Avengers must concede. And he goes on about it saying that they got 7 and the Avengers got 2. So they should surrender and give up Kang. But Vision like, nah bro, we need Kang right now. Then Wanda tells Vision that the rest of the team is being held captive by Nightmare. And with that news, Vision like, alright bet, 2 Avengers is worth any of y'all. Now we see actual nightmares that the Avengers are having. And it's like they're all having the same type of nightmare, but in different places. With Thor's nightmare, you see the cosmos dying and Asgard. With Tony's nightmare, New York is gone. Then we see Wakanda has fallen within T'Challa's nightmare. And I wonder who he's holding within his arms. Now we see Captain Marvel's nightmare. The Impossible City has been destroyed. And I'm just thinking in my head like, dang, the Impossible City just joined the Avengers. Now Nightmare is like making her have nightmares of it being destroyed. Now in the Icon's dream, the White House is destroyed. Now this made me think like, what if Sam became president? Like, you know, Calvin Ellis on Earth 23, he's Superman and he's president. Like, what if this happened, but with Sam? Now we see my boy Thor, and he's waking up out of the nightmare because Wanda makes it clear that this isn't real. And Nightmare is starting to panic because Thor is waking up and taking control of the dream. And by the way this panel looks, bro, and the way Thor holding his hammer, bro, like y'all know Thor finna do something. Now as Thor summons the storm, he tells Nightmare that his friends are some of the mightiest mortals ever assembled, but they are mortals, and all mortals are at the mercy of their dreams. But Thor is a god, and what is a god if not a dream to mortals that they have always been at mercy of? Now Thor assembles the Avengers, and he uses his godly power to break the hold that Nightmare had on them. And now we go back to the fight with the Twilight Court, and Wanda says the spell was cast, and it's up to the Avengers to break out of the nightmare. Then we see Vision say that it's up to him and Wanda to hold off the Twilight Court until the rest of the Avengers come back. Now since Wanda was casting spells, Bedivere's like, Mordred, I thought you could unravel them. But she says she can, but Wanda is casting so many spells at one time, she cannot keep up. And now Arthur, having a good heart, he says that Mordred is just following her designation and doing her best just like everybody else. That man Vision is not letting nobody touch him cause Arthur's arm phased right through his face. Now Lancelot and Scarlet Witch start to fight. Then Galahad comes out of nowhere and knocks Wanda out. And as y'all can see, Vision yelled out for her. Then Bedivere starts to attack Vision. Then Bedivere says to Vision that at one moment he's a ghost, then the next he's like a diamond. And that's just Vision using his density manipulation. Now Bedivere like, it's a shame that we are rivals instead of enemies. That's crazy. And he says Vision is too noble to disassemble in order to discern his inner workings. I know Vision wanted to slap Bedivere because Vision is not the same person that he was created to be. And he like, bro, you speak to me about nobility? Then he breaks Bedivere's sword in half and he tells him, y'all are invaders. I will fight y'all to my last breath. Now Mordred asks Parsifal is he gonna join the fight? But he like, nah, it's uneven right now. It's 7-2. I'm gonna wait till it's even. Now we see all of the Avengers have awakened. And Thor tells Tony that he woke them all up, but that's as far as his power goes, and that's because they are in a dream realm. Then Nightmare says to the Avengers that the dream realm is his. Then he says he underestimated Thor, and that nobody escapes his realm unless he allows them to. Now Tony is like, what you want, bro? And Nightmare says he wants respect. And then Sam like, respect? Now Nightmare says he's been done wrong by Jean Grey and General Strange. I haven't read much Doctor Strange to know what happened between them two, but what I do know is General Strange is a different version of Doctor Strange. And that's really all I know, so I'm gonna read that series. And during X-Men issue 21, Jean Grey did Nightmare dirty. But now let's get back to the story. So Thor asks Nightmare, what do you want from us? And Nightmare wants them to surrender. He wants the Avengers to say that he has won. And there is no way they finna do that. Then Thor starts to laugh. He like, that's all you wanted, bro? I bet. You win. And so of course, Nightmare doesn't know what Thor is doing. But Thor tells him that he has bigger obligations than to his pride. His friends are in trouble and they need him. So he speaks for all of the Avengers and tells Nightmare that he has won. Then he tells Nightmare to return them to the real world. And when this is over, him and Nightmare are gonna have a discussion about his real reason for doing what he did. And now we back to Vision and Wanda, and they have been beaten up. And Arthur says that they fought well, but they are outnumbered. And he tells them to surrender Kang, because he is a monster who needs to be brought to justice. Then Wanda asks Arthur, what about your master? And Arthur says that Merlin created them to be heroes. And Vision like, of course, you speaking like the puppet I was supposed to be. Now somebody says they sorry for sleeping in, and it's Captain Marvel and the rest of the Avengers. And she says to the Twilight Court, we ain't get to introduce ourselves. We're the Avengers and this is our house. Then we see Parsifal is now interested because the fight is now equal. That was Avengers issue 8. So we already know they finna fight, bruh. Y'all stay tuned for the next one. God bless. I'm out.